It's so hard to trust people, isn't it? They say one thing and do another. And if you've been betrayed, hurt, or let down, then maybe like me, you've developed trust issues. I still remember so clearly, just a few days after I'd finally gotten the courage to leave my second toxic relationship, where I had betrayed myself just as much as my ex-partner did. I went to my best friend and I said, this is it. I'm gonna leave it to you. You're gonna make the decisions from now if I should date someone or not, if there are any red flags. You make the decisions because clearly I can't, right? So that I don't end up getting hurt again, when I was dating my partner, I went from being the person who would ignore all the red flags in front of me to being the person who was hyper vigilant and waiting to see if there are any red flags, so that I could just catch you and go, you think you can fool me again, you think you can hurt me, but I caught you. Almost like I was waiting for red flags, and almost as if I knew that there were gonna be red flags. And that's exactly what having trust issues is, right? When we've been taken advantage of, we go from being the person who trusts too easily to being the person who trusts too little. And as much as we may think that this protects us, many times it doesn't. Being on an extreme side of anything is never healthy. And for me, I was just being cautious, taking it slow, making sure I don't end up in a similar situation again. But I've seen mistrust build up so much that people start obsessing over what their partner might do. They're checking messages, they're looking at whereabouts of their partners, and just really getting anxiety based on something that may or may not happen in future. But I've come to realize that only time will tell if we can fully trust someone. And we are all guilty of saying one thing and doing another. We are all going to disappoint our partners and people that we have relationships with in some way or another, because we're all not perfect. But the key is to not obsess over what someone else might potentially do, how someone else might potentially break your trust. The key is to spend all that time and energy into yourself, such that if and when someone does break your trust, you are fully capable of handling it. The key is to invest yourself so much that you trust yourself to know what are your needs, to voice them, and to draw the line when your needs are not met. To trust yourself enough to know when to fight for a relationship and when to walk out. It's to work on yourself so much that you reach a point where you know you can trust yourself with who deserves your trust and who doesn't. Because that's the only thing we have full control over, ourselves. And the world needs more trust to go around. And it starts with yourself. If you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe.